Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. I know it's been a hot minute, but the weather's been nice and I had some serious inner work to do. So I do, however, feel really, really called to make a video on this whole Scientology, Danny Masterson, and now a whole slew of other people being involved. And the clearing of the planet is come full circle. It really has. Kudos to Scientology for making that happen, because now we've just pulled the rug on from underneath all of these people who subconsciously, with their vital life force energy, support that which shall not be freaking named, like the person who's going to jail for 30 years. You don't get a free pass anymore. You are no longer able to claim ignorance. A few good acts don't excuse extreme, brutal, illegal harm under any circumstances. It's not the fuck okay. We have had enough. The good old boy days, long gone. And if this new generation has anything to say about it, they're not coming back. That should scare a lot of fucking people. A lot of fucking people. Like, you want to talk about clearing the planet? They're doing it. Just by embodying the very thing that they need to clear off the fucking planet. Cute, huh? Cute. Remember that. That's another law of the universe. You don't get past those. No man-made thought process, philosophy, religion, cult, whatever you want to call a mental bindage, doesn't get to override any of those laws for any reason. It may have the appearance like it does, but it never actually does. Okay, so because we're cleaning that off the planet, and I'm probably going to trigger some people that really hate Scientology. They are doing it. They are clearing the planet by embodying the energy that needs to be cleared from the planet. So before you set yourself to a task, and I think somebody said this, before you dare battle the monster, make sure you don't become one yourself. Okay, that is the law of the universe. You don't get to bypass that. The law of the pendulum. You will meet the same outcome as your so-called adversary. This is why science and religion are both being knocked out right now. Okay. So when you take the vital life force energy out of it, which is the human aspect of it, which keeps everything pumping and whatever else, well, the life force energy of everything on the planet, hence why everything's being desecrated right now. We've taken it out of every single equation, religious or scientific. It doesn't matter. You're bound to something you have no concept of. Most people don't. You're bound to it, and you're told right off the bat, you are too dumb and ignorant to understand, so don't bother asking the important questions. So all these people, these lovely ex-Scientologists are like, I just grew up in a cult, I don't know anything. Oh, but you know more than you. You've been exposed to far more than most people on a very public basis. Most of the other cults or religions that came before you, this is still on the DL. Okay, we have a Mormon mafia in the US that is the fuck out of control. Okay, we have other areas on the globe that have extremists in their cult that are the fuck out of control. Okay, this is a massive, massive upheaval. And I get that a lot of people this is why I don't talk very much about this stuff, because you don't see the ball rolling. You don't see it. You don't understand how this is going to trickle down in ways you have no concept of at this point in time. Okay, so brace yourselves for that. If you are in any way, shape, or form bound to anything, you are going to get nailed. So do the inner work now. Get yourself out of that false light paradigm, because this ball is huge and it is not stopping for anything or anyone. Okay? Okay. So that's the main reason why I made this video. Is it's kind of a warning. Like, you need to make sure that you are not attached to anything that is causing harm, because it will turn its ugly face towards you and bite you like a viper, just like it's doing to Scientology right now. And every other single solitary fly on their web is now being demolished. Now, I'm not asking you to be a perfect human being. That's impossible. What I'm asking you to do is realize the psychological, subconscious underpinnings of your actions and what the consequences for those actions really are. How are you really rippling out into the world right now? How are you actually making the difference? Because you are making a difference. Billions of people will tell you you're worthless and that you don't hustle enough and you're not pretty enough and you're not buff enough and you're not cut enough and you're not this enough and you're not that enough. The world will con you into that, but you are having an effect, whether you like it or not. So what effect is it? When you go out into the world, whether it be to an online chat room or to the grocery store, how are you affecting your environment? How is your environment affecting you? You need to address both, because the environment creates itself, not the other way around. Okay, so if you want to do better, you need to be better. Clean up your room. I know, some ass face bondage king said that not so long ago. I get it. But clean up your space. Now, a lot of people think you have to go out and like pull weeds and get Roundup and, you know, all these toxic cleansers in your house. That's another binding spell. If it's not toxic, how is it going to clean anything? That's illogical. Well, we need to get off that paradigm. If it hurts your lungs, now is not the fucking time to be using that. Okay? Pluto's about to transition to Aquarius. Now is not the time to be effing around and finding out with your lungs. It's not. So if you're vaping, smoking, doing whatever you're doing, if it's lung related, we're talking fumes, everything, you need to clean it up now. Go out, get yourself some houseplants, get yourself an air filter, get things circulating, whatever you got to do. But now is not the time. Okay? Cannot stress that enough. It's just it's a massive underpinning of this ball rolling. Everything's in retrograde and coming out of retrograde. And when that ball starts moving forward, right now we're getting the underpinnings of the past and what's gone really, really wrong. And now moving forward, things are going to be much, much different. And nobody has really conceived of acclimation to that climate moving forward. Right now, we're just getting a glimpse into the past. But when we really find out, because Aquarius is all about uncovering the truth, when we really find out what's actually happening today, not what happened decades ago, but what's actually happening today, there's going to be some serious, serious overhauls. Okay, so buckle up, Buttercup. I'll try and post some more videos with a more encouraging message. But Scientology is doing what they said they would do. They just didn't know any laws of the universe. Okay. We need to start believing people who actually get into the court. we need to start, because it's nearly impossible to get any charges brought. It's practically a fucking miracle when you get into court with an essay. It's an act of something I don't know of, really. I've worked with enough people to understand that concept. So if they're in court, it's legit. Okay, so I really don't see the worth in addressing any of the other people. What I would like to focus on is when you have someone near you that's going through this, if you can't find it in you to support, get the fuck away. Get out. Leave. You have no right to be around human beings. Sorry, you just don't. If you cannot support them and at least hold their hand, go away. Vanish. Okay? You have no right to be around that person at all anymore. Write yourself out of their story now. Yep. They're going to be much better off without someone like that around them. Okay? If you are around people who make excuses for that type of behavior and you say nothing, you are the problem. People are going to fuck up and do what they're going to do when they have too much money and too much power. Period. The end. They're going to do horrendous, stupid shit. Because they're ignorant and they're probably scared shitless with all that power. Hence why he was a control freak. Let me say that again. If you are not speaking up when shit like this happens around you, you are the problem. No excuses. That's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, and it should, because you have some serious inner work to do. If we're going to keep that ball rolling forward and, move past this with a healthy mindset, you need to start looking at some things. Yep. Welcome to keeping the flame. Okay. I think that's enough black pills for one night. What else? I think that's it for now. But yeah. So head on over to Aaron Smith Levin, I think is how you pronounce his last name. Give that man so much support, because it's a rarity that those type of humans exist. Being so brave and so dead on and not wavering at all whatsoever. Not all heroes wear capes. That's all I gotta say. Mark Headley, Leah Remini, of course, started that ball rolling. If you haven't supported her or her work, please go do so. Mike Rinder, he has cancer. If you can support him, go support him. They just started doing podcasts together. Do not let this movement die. Do not. Flood your little Google pipe with Scientology and Danny Masterson and listen to, I don't care if you put it on silent and don't actually listen to what the fuck they're saying all the way through the end. So the algorithm gets the point. Yep, we're not letting this one go. We want to get to that Jeffrey Epstein level. We're going to have to show AI that we actually give a fuck. And that means paying the time and attention to these issues. Time and attention. AI's only going to pay attention to that. Okay? This is how we change the world. Time, attention. So go look those people up, and I'll put some links in the description box below. But anybody who's covering this, go watch their channel. Subscribe, like, do all the goodies. All of them. All of it. You don't need to shame or harass anyone, but you tell AI, yep, I will sit and I will listen and I will hear and I will pay attention. I will, with my time and energy, pay attention. As long as you keep feeding me what I'm looking for. And what you're looking for is to stop this shit now. Okay? I love you. Till next time. Keep your flame.